With all the clubs, sports, and extracurriculars offered at Neuqua, you may think we have it all. However, next year we will be adding one more sport to that list, and that sport is rowing.
Well, rowing it's a sport primarily on the East Coast and the West Coast, and there's a variety of different rowing types. There's sweep and there's sculling. Well, Neuqua Valley, like a lot of other high schools and prep schools back east, because really our desire is to compete against some of the top prep schools on the East Coast, like Phillips, Exeter, Andover, Northfield, Mount Herman. So we'll be traveling quite a bit, maybe 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Next year, we are lucky to have an accomplished rower to join us as the Neuqua crew coach. Mr. Richard Johnson rowed throughout high school at Lincoln Park. He was recruited to row lightweight at the University of Delaware, and from there he competed in the U-23 World Championships. His accomplished career as a rower and experience in rowing made him the best candidate to coach the team next year.
Came down in Naperville and I really loved the atmosphere, and I really thought that it'd be really cool to have a rowing team at Neuqua Valley, so that's what I'm hoping to do this year, start a good rowing team. So.
Many do not know about the sport of rowing, but it's just like any other sports team with varsity and junior varsity levels. Next year there will be tryouts to see which level you make. Plus, there are different boats for boys and girls, as well as different boats for weight classes with a lightweight and heavyweight boat.
Well, most teams have a varsity and we'll have a JV. Usually on the varsity level, we'll probably have men's and women's. On the varsity level, we'll have a men's A boat and a men's B boat. We'll have a women's A boat and B boat, and then we'll do the same thing on JV. Probably the big decision that we're going to have to make is whether we're going to have heavyweight rowers or whether we're going to have lightweight rowers, and maybe a combination of both.
Well, since we're a beginning team, we're just trying to get as many guys as possible. Preferably, between 5'11", 6'4" guys, and maybe the weight doesn't really matter. We can put on pounds, we can make you lose pounds, whatever works. And we also hope to have some shorter and more light people that we can use as coxswains, which they sit in the front of the boat, they yell out commands and steer the boat.
Neuqua is lucky to offer rowing as a club next year because many schools do not offer this sport. However, since rowing is not an IHA sport, it will be sponsored.
Well, I don't think we're really concerned about IHSA. We're a school with a national reputation, so we're really thinking more nationally here. We'd like to compete with schools in the Orange County area of California, around San Diego. We'd like to compete with schools in Massachusetts and Florida. So, really we don't care about IHSA. We really care about a national reputation and getting out there.
Many are probably wondering where exactly can we practice rowing at Neuqua. Well, Neuqua is fortunate enough to have Lake Burkett, which is the body of water located right behind Neuqua, which will be the rowing team's new practice place.
So we would practice in the Lake Burkett behind Neuqua, and obviously it's not the biggest lake. It caused some difficulties, but we'll make do with what we have, hoping to get a boathouse towards the river later on. But right now, since we're starting a new team, we're just trying to work with what we got right now. So. And then if there's bad weather, we would be moving, we're moving some ergs into the gym at Neuqua actually. And ergs are actually like rowing machines. They help you work on your technique, work on your fitness, and they're really good for like cardiovascular and aerobic exercises. So we'll be using those during the winter especially, because obviously the lake will be frozen, but yeah, that's the plan right now.
The sport of rowing is a mystery the most because it isn't as mainstream sport like football or basketball. Most do not know how to win a rowing meet.
Typically in rowing, the average race is 2,000 meters, and you have different lanes with different boats, and it's pretty much just a sprint to the finish, so you can get the fastest time, so you can get there first. The coxswains steer the boat and yell the commands, while the rowers, they do the rowing, obviously.
So if you're looking to try something new, stay in shape, and like competition, come out next year for the rowing team. For Neuqua Replay, I'm Dan Brinker, along with Angela Gargaro.